In this lesson we're going to teach the mount to back drill. It's one of our most basic drills and it really describes the relationship between the mount position and how we maintain the mount and how we get our opponent's back. It goes like this. We'll start out on the mount, and basic points on the mount is we want our feet tucked in, our butts back, our knees squeezing but not too hard. We've got to be relaxed and be able to move. Our hands are wide and we're down flat. We want to have our spine parallel to the floor. The higher our spine's up in the air, when I start moving my opponent, my spine's actually acting as a lever to take the opposite knee off the ground. So the lower we get our spine down here, the less leverage he has to get our knee off the floor. Our hands are out. It's important to have the hands facing at about a 45-degree angle like this, feet forward nice and tight. So the first thing is I want to be able to keep my mount. So as my opponent throws me in one direction, I hook his neck and I brace out with my other hand. And we go back. So we go into hook and brace. Other direction, hook and brace. Our knees are still squeezing tight. And again, so the hook is stopping us coming off, the brace is stopping us coming off. But it's important not to have a bend in the shoulder here, because again, once that shoulder's bent, it's easy to continue bending, and there's a lot of stress on the wrist. So keep a straight line, ideally, between my left shoulder and my right fingertip. So as he throws me again, there's a straight line there. That's putting the least amount of stress on my joints. And we go back. Other side, same thing. If then he throws me to the front, my feet, which are already pulling inwards, are going to slide in under his butt and actually cross over. So he throws me to the front, my feet cross over so I can't come off and my hands brace out in front. So once again, throws me, feet crossing over, hands bracing out. So now if we put all that together in our drill, we start here on the mount, he throws us one side, back the other direction, then to the front, and we're learning to just keep them out. And it's worthwhile just practicing that and then doing it in a random order. Right, right, left, left, to the front, and just kind of mixing it up until you feel comfortable in that position. The next stage of the drill, once we've done that, is my opponent's giving up on the idea of trying to get me off to fall over. So what I'm going to do there is allow him, he's going to start to roll to his belly, get to his knees, where he's basically designed to get up from his knees and use all his strength to get back up to his feet. That's how we've been getting up since we've been infants. So his people naturally want to turn to their belly. I'm going to let him do that. When I feel him turning, so David's turning over, I'm transitioning to side mount. Up on my right foot, into his belly, left knee in there. Just take that again. As he turns over, I feel him turning, I loosen up, encourage him to turn, stand up on my right foot. So whichever side he goes, in this instance he's turning right, that's the foot that moves first. As David's turning there, I pull my foot in, which puts a brake on his belly. My other knee slides up and we have our position called side mount. So I've already got one of my hooks in. As he continues to roll over to his belly and get up to his knees, my other foot goes in, and my feet being in front of his legs like this, we call that hooks in, back control. The hands now get what we call a seatbelt grip. The seatbelt grip is going to be like this. One hand's going to be over, the other hand's going to be underneath, and I just lock it like a seatbelt across here. Small detail, if my left hand is over, the hand that's under protects it. So eventually when he pulls this hand away, it frees up this one to choke. So I don't want to be having it this way, I'm a little bit better off having it like that. And we call this our seatbelt grip. So once again, we're down. As David starts to turn over, block with my right foot, left knee slides, establish the side mount. He continues to turn, loosen up, hooks in on the back. One hand over, one hand under, seatbelt grip, and that could be either side. Normally, the dominant hand or your master hand is the one that goes over, because then it's ready for the choke later on. So let's put the whole drill together. So we're staying on. The first order of business when we're on the mount is to keep it. When he starts to move over to his belly, we transition from the mount to side mount to hooks in back control with the seatbelt grip. So the whole drill looks like this. Hook and brace, face to the front. He turns, side mount, hooks in back control, seatbelt grip. And that's our first of our drills. It's a really important drill, the mount to back drill, two of the most fundamentally important positions in BJJ.
I would just add to that it's important when you're doing drilling to understand when you're actually competing and when you're drilling. In this case, this is a drill for the benefit of the person on top, so he can learn to feel this control. So I, on the bottom, am just trying to give him some movement appropriate to his level so he can learn these principles. Later we can start drilling competitively and things like that. So always understand when you're doing a drill or when you're actually competing, this is a drill for the person who's on top.
We call that the mount to back drill.